Hello! Welcome to another Reacts video. We're going to be doing another top 10 conspiracy theories of all time. Let's go! Hoping the volume's okay.
The world is full of wild conspiracy theories. So much so that we couldn't just limit ourselves to one list.
How many lists you got?
In China says that fluoride lowers children's IQ by 7 points.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for another top 10 conspiracy theories.
Okay.
When you connect the dots between apparently unconnected people and situations and
It's got some
organizations,
good books. What books are good? It's that same book 3 times.
that's when the tapestry appears and you go, whoa.
For this list,
Whoa.
we're looking at hypotheses and theories that suggest people have hidden or brought about a certain event or situation that is usually against the
it's
law
like a
or
flashback.
destructive to others.
And obviously everyone wondered if he had actually seen God.
If you don't see a theory you think should be on the list, be sure to check out our videos of the top 10 conspiracy theories of all time and the top 10 crazy conspiracy theories.
There you go. Go watch those if you want to watch some stuff.
Donaldson believes that as the plane climbs toward 14,000 feet, the men below have already locked the heat-seeking weapons.
Number 10. Hitler lived out the rest of his life in Argentina.
I've seen a few things about this. Not a lot, but you know, like where Hitler didn't shoot himself. He's around. What's the other one? Saddam Hussein? Is he the one who died, got murdered by the US SEALs and then dumped his body in the ocean?
It became pretty obvious that the death in the bunker was nothing but, well, fiction. Or maybe somebody died in the bunker, but it wasn't Adolf Hitler.
A number of conspiracy theories are attached to famous figures in history, and Adolf Hitler is no different. With the Allies closing...
As we all know, Elvis Presley didn't die in the toilet. He's living, what is he? Works in chip shop somewhere? Is that the, is it chip shop in Brighton? Something
in,
like that.
and the war all but over, Hitler committed suicide in his bunker with his wife, Eva Braun.
Boo! Oh, that's doing volume. Okay.
About Hitler's end, however. They believe that the Fuhrer didn't actually kill himself, but rather escaped to Argentina, and body doubles were shot instead.
I mean, plausible, I guess.
According to their book, Grey Wolf, The Escape of Adolf Hitler, the married couple settled down.
For a minute, I thought it meant Adolf Hitler's book. I was like, oh yeah, if he's still releasing books after the fact, he's probably still alive.
And had 2 daughters in South America before dying in 1962.
This was during 1947.
She left for 3 days. All the drivers know about this specific person. Could just been a war criminal. Have to shut up or we would have lost our
This
jobs. Probably
idea
our
has
lives
been
too.
widely dismissed by historians, though, who claim that the theory has no substance.
What happened to Hitler after the war? Well, when a bullet goes through your head, you're normally pretty dead.
We got to the age of information where the truth should be out there, so let's get it out. That's what we're trying to do.
Number 9. Josef Mengele and the Land of the Twins.
No, I
But he
never.
never looked nobody in his eyes.
From one Nazi to another, Josef Mengele,
What's with the...
also known as the Angel of Death, was assigned the task of discovering how twins were produced, in the hopes that this information could increase the Aryan birth rate.
I mean, apart from it being for the Aryan birth rate and everything, but it's not bad. Like, apart from, I'm guessing he did some horrible stuff.
These are all identical twins used for medical experiment. Hundreds of twins from all over Europe were brought to this camp. They were numbered, but their origin and even
A, 1 and 2. B, 1 and 2. C?
their names are unknown.
According to one theory, Mengele was successful, just not in Germany. He was said to have fled to Cândido Godoy, a small town in Brazil near the end of the war, and
Great place to
continued to
research.
visit it in the 60s. This is the same town that has seen as many as 1 in 5 pregnancies result in twins.
That's a lot. No. That's a lot. 20%.
In fact, the town's official crest has a road sign that welcomes visitors to the Land of the Twins. Historians dispute the idea that Mengele ever actually experimented with twins there, while geneticists believe biological factors explain the twin phenomenon.
In all,
What,
Mengele
like the floor?
murdered 3,000 twins. Some after chemicals were injected directly into their eyeballs.
I blinked and I got that.
To turn the colour of eyes from inferior brown to Aryan blue.
Number 8. Lost cosmonauts.
Are you from another planet?
Cosmonauts.
It's Gagarin. Gagarin went into space.
Another planet?
Yuri Gagarin
Another
was
planet?
the first human to journey to outer space. Or was he? According to the Lost or Phantom Cosmonauts conspiracy theory, Gagarin was the first human to survive the journey, but he was not the first sent to space.
Rumors of lost
Didn't they send a monkey
cosmonauts
to
have been
space?
around since at least 1965.
Allegedly, the Soviet Union launched at least 2 unsuccessful manned space flights before Gagarin's.
You have to pop us
However,
out of this.
any information about these flights was concealed from the public because of the ongoing Cold War.
Duh.
Though most of the state's formerly restricted information has
Shit, me
become
camera.
available
Fuck.
since the collapse of the USSR, there has been little uncovered to support this particular theory.
While the lost cosmonaut theory itself
Yeah,
may not
people would just say that that's just that it's just oh, this paperwork mysteriously came out saying that we beat them in the space race.
hold up to scrutiny, one thing's for sure. When it comes to Soviet Russia, there's plenty of stuff they don't want you to know.
And that.
Number 7. MH370 landed on Diego Garcia.
Isn't that person as well as the place? Just oh shit, there's a plane coming. A plane. Apologies for the make it a joke and then this statement.
Since the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 on March 8, 2014, there have been a number of theories that have emerged surrounding the incident.
Whoever was piloting this aircraft was trying to avoid detection.
One theory claims that the plane was headed towards a U.S. military base on Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean, but was shot down by U.S. forces who feared that the plane may have been attempting an attack on the base. While the FBI has disputed those allegations, the lack of an actual
Ah, the FBI, the ones who always tell the truth when needed. Obviously.
explanation for the disappearance means that this theory likely won't go away anytime soon.
One thing you learn in any form of accident investigation is you rule nothing out.
Number 6.
True.
Shakespeare didn't write all his plays.
Do you mean people copied other people?
Could it be true that the greatest writer in the English
Francis
language
Bacon
was as fictional as his plays?
Did the most famous playwright of all time even
Good.
exist?
So go for
Probably
it.
yes. But he may not have written all of his plays, at least according to this theory.
Get him.
Some people claim that William Shakespeare was just a pen name used by a number of different writers.
I want to thank my actors.
Good.
Great acting has brought my words to life.
Then there are others who believe in the
That face, though. Just...
Oxfordian theory of Shakespeare authorship, which claims that the 17th century Earl of Oxford, Edward de Vere, actually wrote what's considered to be the bard's work.
Promise me you'll keep our secret safe, that you won't expose Shakespeare.
These alternative authorship theories have gained some traction due to the lack of biographical information about Shakespeare's life, but they are generally disregarded among English historians.
Well, yeah, it's because he's like a giant-ass part of our history. Of course we're going to dispute it.
Number 5. Water fluoridation for mass mind control.
Oh yeah, we need mind control when we all mindlessly go to work for 40 hours a week and then come home.
Guys,
Anyway.
my teeth look pretty good.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
okay.
Fluoride in the water might be helping that, but it might also be doing other things.
Fluoride
Like making me break a mind control thing to confuse the mind control.
helps make human teeth stronger, but some people believe that the government is putting fluoride in drinking water for another reason, to control the population.
The Telegraph
Tim
points out
Horton.
an epidemiological study that was done there. They say fluoride in drinking water may trigger depression and weight gain.
In 1950,
University of Kent. Do you think that's where Princess Monaco of Kent lives?
before, chemist Charles Eliot Perkins declared that anyone who drinks fluoridated water for over a year will never be the same again. either physically or mentally.
An excess of fluoride causes fluorosis, which is the eating away of the enamel on your teeth. This is indicative of what it's doing to your body on a larger scale.
During World War II, the Nazis allegedly used fluoridated water to force people in concentration camps into calm submission.
Yeah, it was nothing to do with not giving them food, water, and the multiple other things they did to them which didn't help their lifespan.
Or even to sterilize humans. While it's been argued that the
I mean, just by the looks of them, they're a giant effing
Nazi
flags.
claim is an urban myth. It's also been alleged that water fluoridation was part of a plot to enforce communism in America in the 1950s and 60s.
Countries and states are going to continue being on board with fluoridation until someone finds damning evidence that they shouldn't be.
I mean, yeah. So we do that with everything. Do we not? Do we not? Do we not? Right. People thought smoking cigarettes was great. Then it was found out it's bad for you after enough people got injured with it. And now they say it's bad, but still said it. Alcohol, prohibition, drugs. I don't have enough time to talk about. Bacon, what was it? Daily Mirror, one of those. It said, there's an interview I saw. This reporter went up to a guy who was outside a pub for breakfast, a cigarette, and she went up to him and went, "Hi, do you know that everything on that plate, according to whichever newspaper it was, can cause cancer? What would you say about that? That your full English can cause that?" The guy looked her dead in the eyes and went, "Tastes good though, doesn't it?" I started eating it.
Which in 70 years, no one has yet found.
Number 4. World leaders are lizard people, also known as reptilians.
Some of them look like it. Make dumb decisions. Hide in dark, cold areas. Yeah.
In simple terms, there is a predator race which take a reptilian form. They're feeding off humanity. They've turned humanity into a slave race.
Are a bunch of lizards responsible for the 9/11 attacks and the Holocaust?
Leave the Queen out of this.
According to one theory, yes. In David Icke's book, The Biggest Secret, he claimed that most world leaders are actually shape-shifting reptilian beings.
I can't be about
shape-shifting
reptilian
and use
beings.
horrific events to promote fear and hatred.
I have talked to hundreds and hundreds of people all over the world. I've been to more than 40 countries researching this.
Okay.
Who have told me the same basic recurring story of seeing people, often in positions of power, but not always, change from a human into a reptilian form and then go back again. Sometimes.
Got a video? Got a video, I'll watch it. I mean,
sometimes it's for a few seconds, sometimes it's for longer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They're also apparently between 7 and 12 feet tall and come...
Imagine that. For just a couple of seconds, suddenly doubling your height. Oh, I'm becoming a lizard person. Yeah.
From a different planet. What more do you need to know?
Godzilla! It's a bit bigger than 12
3.
foot.
Global warming is a hoax.
I've seen a few things on this, that the planet naturally goes into its own heating up, cooling down, and what we're doing isn't helping, but is inevitable. We're not... Like, we can't stop it. The planet is just going to do this. Like, we can't stop the planet doing what the planet wants to do. It's a big, giant, planet. But we're probably not helping. Like, yeah, we burn fossil fuels and everything else. What I do find annoying is when someone goes, "I bought an electric car, so I've saved the planet." And you're like, yeah, but how do you charge up your electric car that can only go for about an hour before you've got to recharge it? Or 2 or 3 now, because, it's better. But in Cornwall, where I live, we can't... Yeah, there's not enough stations. There's not enough things that you can go around and viably charge your car all the time. And you have to use electricity, which you follow it back to the stations that do the... you follow it back. And some of them are still using fossil fuels.
Anomaly, it's meaningless, and they actually admit this in previous NASA press releases, but they're not announcing that today.
One of the most popular and socially relevant theories on our list. This is one
Phew!
where people
That is
believe
a
that
spike.
global warming isn't actually happening.
The problem is this thin layer of atmosphere.
The problem is this sun is sending rays at us and they're kind of damaging the planet.
Is being thickened by all of the global warming pollution that's being put up there.
While Al Gore and almost all scientists have
Love
provided
lightning.
evidence to the contrary, this theory claims that climate change is a hoax created by the government to keep the public in a state of worry and panic, making them easier to control.
We've got enough of them as it is.
Climate change skeptic Myron.
Although, this is just more of a news thing, not global warming, because we are screwing the planet up as we go. But we notice how the news will plough a story for ages, and then something else comes along, and whatever that was just completely disappears. It's like, okay, it's fine, and it's still happening. It's not like that thing's gone away. It's still here, but the new thing's here. And then this thing, whatever it is, will drop off, and then go, oh crap, we need something. Yeah, the thing that's still going on. Yep, there you go. And then the other thing, and then something else will pop up over here. It's just
Global
hate the modern media.
warming is a hoax created by the European Union to damage the U.S. economy.
God, if that guy did a bloody semester or seminar, you just like, you could work.
Some supporters of this theory also claim that technology is responsible for raising the Earth's temperature, a technology that the government is keeping secret.
Some of these alleged
Teleportation. Come on, man. I want to teleport to work. I want to get up. Quick shower. Get my teleport pad and swoop, I'm at work. Even if there's a queue, I'll wait in the queue. I'll do my temperature and sign in and stuff. I'll wait in a queue. If everyone's like, well, we've got to be at 8:30, I'm going to be like, oop, you're in a queue, please wait. Click, shwoong, go to work. I mean, actually, the walk through the woods is quite nice. I'd walk back from work. Depends on the weather.
emails may actually hold the key or actually the clues to prove that the theory of global warming is a huge conspiracy.
Number 2, advanced knowledge of the Pearl Harbor attack.
Yeah, Pearl Harbor wasn't the...
The U.S. government has been the target of several conspiracy theories throughout its history, with one of the biggest revolving around Pearl Harbor.
Random fact, not really about Pearl Harbor, just more about, is the kamikaze pilots, they had to wear helmets for safety. Yeah, the guys who got the plane and crashed it into people and ships and places and pretty much crashed it, full stop. Had to wear safety helmets.
FDR certainly did have a motivation to deliberately withhold vital intelligence from Pearl Harbor.
This theory suggests that President Franklin Delano Roosevelt knew about the planned Japanese attack in December 1941, but decided not to act because he needed an excuse to get the Americans into the Second World War.
Yes, they need reasons to join a war.
To overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people in their righteous might.
A judge.
Excuse to get the Americans into the Second World War.
To overcome
What's the judge in the background?
premeditated invasion,
This guy.
the American people in their righteous might.
He knows
will
shit.
win through
I love
to
Budgie.
absolute victory.
This theory gained some
He
traction.
didn't even clap. Look at him. This dude.
This
No
theory
movement.
gained some traction because the American public and Congress were overwhelmingly against joining the conflict at the time. But it has
Probably because
largely
people
been
want people to
dismissed
die.
by historians.
Everyone who worked on it at the time has said then and since that we simply were not far enough along to read any of these Japanese naval messages for intelligence.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick,
Honorable
here
mentions,
are
let's
some
go.
honorable mentions.
We got eyewitnesses saying there's missiles coming up from 2 or 3 different places.
I'm 100% convinced that missiles were fired that night.
Notice how Jesus and Mary are clothed. Mirror images of each other.
The mind sees what it chooses to see.
But if you see...
Alright, things about Jesus. I'm not religious, but I agree there was a guy called Jesus, because the Romans were damn good at making their own records. Like, you want to know someone's alive at the time? Look at the Romans. They could have been married. 2 people, Jesus and...
creatures from another world, it's only the workers.
Denver Airport is the HQ of the Illuminati, New World Order, neo-Nazis or reptoids. There's a few different, like, is it just one of them, or do they all have like a little section where I think they're so disguised the others don't know?
Was having a little fun.
The Rothschild Zionists took control of Israel, where they've been ever since.
Number 1. New World Order.
NASA is attempting to implement a new world order, using organized religion as a means of controlling the masses. At the core of Project...
I mean, I'm guessing it means organized religion, not Christianity and Islam and any other religions. Because they've been around for forever. The thing I always find quite interesting is the in secondary school I did the Raiders and Invaders to England, which was the Saxons, the Normans, the Vikings, and Christianity. And Christianity is the only one that is still here, mainly because all of the others intertwined, screwed each other, and had subsections like Anglo-Saxons and but Christianity actually did invade in that time, and it's the only one that survived. Nothing against Christianity, but it technically did invade and it did survive.
Blue Beam is the establishment of a global New Age religion.
The most powerful people in the world might not be lizards, but they may be part of a secret organization. At
What if
least
they're a
according to
secret
this
organization of lizards? I've got to skip
is to
that.
create the New
because
World
that'll
Order,
be
an
copyrighted.
authoritarian government that will rule the world.
Large groups of people can be held in check
That's
by
a
belief
weird clock.
systems given to them by a tiny
Oh, that's got all
elite
of the
which keeps the core of knowledge to itself.
They allegedly use mind control, social
Lizardman,
engineering, and
definitely a
fear-based
lizardman. Look at him.
propaganda
Looks
to
like a
manipulate
lizard.
the population
Slimy like
and
one too.
oversee all the important institutions
I've seen a
and
painting, of course,
organizations in the world, such as the United Nations and the World Bank.
Who stands above the military, royalty, and above celebrities? They do. Who directs the press, the Fed, and the...
Theories. There are theories.
I've got to
What's your
skip
favorite
something.
conspiracy theory?
And what about the processed foods we're already eating and drinking?
For more great top 10s,
Yeah, processed foods probably aren't good for you. Anyway, that's this reactions video. Probably made some more tomorrow because they're fun to make. I was like, why is there a red line across my stream then? And across the video? And I was like, it's the YouTube vid thing. I'll catch you next time.